Hi, Ben from Unito here. In this demo, I'll show you how to connect Salesforce to Google Sheets. We'll set up a flow that will sync opportunities into your sheets and keep updates made to the opportunities in sync with your sheets rows. Spreadsheets offer powerful reporting capabilities, allowing you to create customized reports and dashboards based on Salesforce opportunity data. Let's try modifying one of the opportunities in Salesforce and watch the changes sync back to Google Sheets. So I've got my opportunity James, and let's change the amount. And why don't we change the stage as well? And we'll do qualification. And we'll also change the close date to March 29th. I'm going to save the changes, and we should see those changes reflected back in our sheet. Okay, great. So now we can see the changes we made. We changed the stage to qualification, we updated the amount to 2000, and we changed the date to March 29th. We can see that the changes made to a Salesforce opportunity have been synced and updated in our Google Sheets. Now I'll show you how to set up this flow in Unito. Let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is connect our tools. So let's connect our Salesforce account. I'm going to select opportunity. I'm going to choose the organization. Now I'm going to connect our sheets. I'm going to select my account. Next, we'll choose a sheet that we want to sync our Salesforce opportunities to. In this case, I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. Let's call it opportunities. Now we'll see that the Unito add-on is not configured because it's a new sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Install Unito add-on. Then we're going to go to our sheet. We're going to go to Extensions. I've already installed the Unito add-on. If you haven't, you'll want to go to Add-ons and Get Add-ons and download the Unito Spreadsheet Sync app. So with that done, we're going to click on Open Unito. Then we'll activate the Unito add-on. We'll add our two columns, Unito ID and Last Modified, that allow Unito to sync your sheets rows. The columns have been added successfully, and we can see the Unito ID and Last Modified columns. These columns should not be modified, and to make sure that that doesn't happen, I'm going to hide the columns. Great. So let's go back to our flow. Now that we've installed the Unito add-on and added our two columns, we'll click Confirm Installation. As we can see, the add-on has been fully configured, and we'll move on to the next step. In this case, I'm going to be syncing Salesforce opportunity data one way into my sheet. So I'm going to select one-way create. I could also have two-way create, in which new sheets rows could create opportunities in Salesforce if I wanted to. Then we're going to move on to the rules page. This is where we decide which opportunities will be synced over to our sheets. We do have a creation date rule. That means that only opportunities that are created after we launch the flow will be synced to our sheet. Because I'd like historical opportunities to sync over, I'm going to remove this rule. You can also create rules based on these fields: account, campaign, create date, current generators, delivery, and installation status, lead source, and others. In this instance, I just want all of my opportunities to sync into my sheets. Now we're going to map the fields. We're going to choose which data from the opportunities is syncing over to our sheets. We have a feature that allows you to auto-populate the rows into Google Sheets. So let's do that. So we can see now that Unito has created columns to match all of our opportunity fields from Salesforce. And if we go back to our sheets, Unito has now added all of the columns relative to our Salesforce opportunity fields. So let's go back to the flow. In the mapped field section, this is where we really choose which data is actually syncing to our sheets. The rules allow us to identify the specific opportunities we want to sync to our sheets, and the mapped field section allows us to decide which data is actually syncing over. At any time, we can choose to remove fields that we don't think are pertinent. We can also change the direction so that updates made in the sheet to main competitors will sync back to Salesforce, but changes made to the main competitors field in Salesforce would not sync over to the sheets. In this instance, I just want a one-way sync, so I'm going to have all of my fields syncing from Salesforce to Sheets so that no changes in my sheet will modify the actual Salesforce opportunity. So let's click confirm. Then we're going to launch the flow. Great, the flow is syncing. So we should start seeing opportunities sync over to our sheet. So let's take a look. We've had several of our Salesforce opportunities sync over to our sheet already, with information like account, the name, the description, stage name, the amount, probability, the expected revenue, the close date, and the type. We've got a lot of information that we can play with in Google Sheets. So there you go. That's how easy it is to set up a sync between Salesforce opportunities and Google Sheets.